our mystery block of the month, King Tut, for the month of September 2014. It's a beautiful block this month and pretty simple. There's only a few different techniques I'm going to show you, but I think you've done them before, so that you should have no problems. We're going to do half square triangles, we're going to do square and a square, and we're going to do some flying geese. I'm going to show you the flying geese method first because we're using a different method than last month. You're going to take a rectangle and you're going to add a square to one side of your rectangle and draw a line from this corner to this corner. And then you're going to stitch on that corner and then cut that off a 1/4 inch behind where you stitched. Then you'll flip this over and that will be your first wing. Do the same thing on the other side. Stitch from this corner to this corner, flip that back, and that gives you your flying geese. Again, we make them oversized, so you do need to make sure to use your block lock ruler or your favorite method. You're going to square these up to 2 by 4. So lock that block lock ruler into the ditch here and then trim all the way around, and that will give you your perfect size. They're 2 by 4 finished, but if you square them up without a block lock ruler, they're 2.5 by 4.5. Here, they're 2 by 4. So here, they're 2.5 by 4.5 after they're squared up. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your flying geese. You're also going to do a square and a square, and on both of these pieces of the quilt, you need to make sure to place your colors in the proper places because they connect together to make the portions of the star. Same with the flying geese. So you need to be very careful about your placement of your colors. So refer to your color chart and piece chart that we've included in your pattern to make sure that you put things in the proper places. When you do your square and a square, you're going to actually use the same method. Put a square in one corner, draw a line from here to here, stitch on that line. If you stitch, you can do this on your flying geese as well, if you stitch just a hair behind that line you drew, that gives the fabric just a little bit more room to get up and over the seam because the seam takes up a little bit of room. And so we want to get it up and over and back towards the corner. So go ahead and do that. You add all 4 squares in the corner. They're 4 different colors, but they are the same on all 4 squares. And again, watch for placement, okay, of your colors. Then this again comes out too big, so you need to square it up. You square it up to a 4.5 by 4.5 unfinished square so that inside your quilt it's 4 by 4. You can use your flying geese ruler to square that up as well. You're going to lie this down in that ditch again and trim across the top. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. Again, I'm going to lie this down in the ditch here and trim across the top. Then I'm going to flip my square and a square, put that in the top corner here, trim across the top. I'm going to do it again, trim across the top, and a 4th time, trim across the top. That's going to give me my perfect square and a square that is unfinished at 4.5 by 4.5. That's how you make all 4 of these square and a squares. And then the next thing we're going to do is our half square triangles. We're going to use the same method as before to make our half square triangles. You're going to take 2 fabrics, put them right sides together. You're going to draw a line a 1/4 inch from the center of your square. If you have the magic wand, that makes it a real easy way to do it. Draw a line here, draw a line here, and then you take that away and you stitch on those drawn lines. You cut between the draw lines, just like that, so that you have a 1/4 inch seam on both sides. That gives you your half square triangle. And then again, take your block lock ruler and lock that into your seam. Line it up to the size you need to square it up to and square it up. These are squared up to 2.5. So square them up to 2.5. They finish 2 inches. So you square up to 2.5 and then they finish inside 2 inches. So that's how you make your square and a squares. Then the next thing you're going to do is put your pieces together. Sew your pieces together in rows. The first row you sew together is this. Goes together just like that. Then you're going to sew row 2 together, and you do it in a bigger section because you've got your square and a square. Line that up here. Then row 3, and row 4 and row 5 are all put together here on this block. Here's row 3, row 4, and row 5. Your row 6 goes on the side right here. Row 7 over here. Row 8 is the top row, uses some background color and a little splash. Pardon me, not background color, it uses your light from your block fabrics. Here's your row 9. And then row 10 and 11 are these outer stripes here. I didn't mention at the beginning, talking about colors, this block can use up to 7 colors. Janice used 6 colors here, so all of the light in her block is the same. On the front of the pattern, it says that you can use colors 1 and 2 may be the same. In my block, I used 2 different lights for colors 1 and 2. But you can use the same color. It looks beautiful. Again, these colors are from your block colors. We should not be touching our background colors. You can also use the same colors for colors 3 and 6, which would make your block have 5 colors. These are colors 3 and 6. If you want to use the same color here, that looks beautiful as well. So you can do 5 to 7 colors in this block. I used 7, Janice used 6. Looks fabulous. Again, it's your block. All these colors will be throughout your quilt, so it's going to look beautiful. Don't hesitate to call us or come in and see us. We're here to help. Thanks very much.